BRIT Awards, and you're here tonight. You're performing with Billie Eilish.
Yeah, that's why I'm here. Yeah, to perform with Billie Eilish and Phineas and Hans Zimmer, the Bond band, as it were. Yeah, do the Bond theme. Yeah.
How's it been venturing into that world of Bond and doing all this with Hans and Billie and Phineas?
Well, when I got asked to do it, I was thrilled because growing up as a British boy in the late 60s and early 70s and 80s and all of that, to me, the Bond theme should have guitar in it. You know, I mean, especially the sort of John Barry stuff. And the sound of it to me is the guitar riff. To some people it's trumpets, right? I discovered, but to me it's the guitar, which it would be. So it's a super thrill to be able to do it. And we were already working on the film, and then I heard that Billie had done the song, and that was already a really good idea to me. Before I'd even heard the song, I thought it was a really smart idea. And I was even before Billie had won all the Grammys and stuff. I did a couple of shows with her last year, so I was well aware of what she did and knew her music. And then when I heard the song, I thought, this is fantastic because it's very brave. You know, it's being really minimalist and her sound. And then the trick was to sort of to Bondify it. It was already a great song, but from a sound point of view, to Bondify it without doing the obvious, you know. And being, it's really easy to be bombastic, you know. So try a case of like less is more sort of thing, and making it, and of course making it work with the film. So it's all a process. It's all a process. Bit of experimentation, taking it one direction, bringing it back, keeping your eye on the integrity of the song and all that. But working on the movie has been a blast. Yeah, it's fantastic. It's at least about maybe the 5th film I've done with Hans now. It's great. Gets you off the bus.
What keeps bringing you back to working with Hans? What do you enjoy so much?
Well, it's always a bit of a challenge, and it's always more. Even when you know that it's pressure, there's always more pressure than you actually think, and that's sort of. Even though you know that, it's kind of exciting. Because when I did Inception in 2010, 2011. That was pretty intense, you know, and Spider-Man was intense for different reasons, and so anyway, this one's been intense because there's been a real time limit on it, and there's been a lot of guitar to play, and things have been changing. The movie's getting more and more interesting, and director really knows what he's doing and all that. So it's great. There's a whole load of things that happen when I work with Hans, partly working with interesting directors that, you know, you don't do when you're just the front of a rock band, you know. It just takes me out of my day job, you know. And also, there's not really a lot of guitars on movies. So I like that. I try and be that person to sort of put guitar on mainstream movies now, really. Someone's got to do it.
And with Billie, I mean, what like a kind of amazing rise she's had in the last few years.
Yeah, well, Billie's just the best new. Don't even want to say pop act, but it's great when someone that cool is that sort of popular, you know, and individual, and a lot of people can relate to her, you know, and she's a really good musician. And she's her and all her family are like a real musical family, and you know, very soulful people. I've really enjoyed being around him, and yeah, I know a great musician when I see him.
And just finally, I know in terms of your own stuff, you've got a load of festival dates coming up throughout the year.
Yeah.
In terms of your own solo stuff, are you working on anything at the moment?
Yeah, I am working on a new record. It sort of got slightly interrupted by the movie, but I'd only just started it. So then, when the movie is finished, which is kind of nowish, I've got to get back to my day job and making a new record, going out playing live. Who knows? Who knows what'll happen? Might be another movie come down the line. There probably will be, actually.
And just finally, where do you think that new record's going to take you? What kind of you influenced by? What's inspiring you at the moment?
Well, I found that the more solo stuff I do, the more you reveal of yourself, the more people relate to it, whether I like that or not. Because that wasn't originally my intention. My intention was the opposite, to reveal as little of myself as possible, just because so many other people are doing this confessional thing. But from an artistic point of view, songs out of that, like I've got a song called Walking to the Sea off the last record that was very sort of autobiographical. And the more I do things like that and I perform them live, they really mean something to me, and I think that comes across in to the audience. And so it won't be a confessional record, but I'm going to put as much of myself in it as possible, and that's kind of scary.